It's never been easier to make money arbitrage betting than it is right now. I'm going to show you guys why it's became so easy and how anybody can be doing this now. Arbitrage betting is simply finding one bet where you can bet opposite sides of that specific bet on two separate sportsbooks where the odds are so out of sync, you are going to guarantee yourself a risk-free profit no matter what happens in that bet. Here's an example of an arbitrage bet. As you can see up on the screen, I took Scoot Henderson over 4.5 assists on Bet365 for $150, and I would profit $337.50. I also took Scoot Henderson under 4.5 assists on Novig at $175, and I would profit $337.18. No matter if he goes over or under, I'm guaranteeing myself about $12. If he goes over 4.5 assists, I win the Bet365 bet and profit $12.50. If he goes under 4.5 assists, I win on Novig and profit $12.18. The total amount risked across both of these bets was $325, but because the amount that I would win, no matter what side hits on this bet, was above $325, I guaranteed myself that $12.50 in profit, no matter the outcome. This is literally the coolest side hustle in the world, so nobody can sit there and argue with me and say that making $25 to $50 every single day doing this is not worth it. $50 every single day over the course of 30 days in a month is $1,500 in extra money going into your pocket on top of whatever else you make. And then of course, if you're starting with a bigger bankroll and you're able to get more down on these arbitrage bets, you can make even more money. And that also goes to say that the more effort and time you put into arbitrage betting, the more money you can make. But now back to the main point, and that is that anybody can do this with the right tools. This is OddsJam, and it's a premium sports betting tool for all things profitable sports betting. But the arbitrage page on OddsJam is an absolute game changer and the best in the business. This tool is exactly why it's so easy that anybody can do it. It scans the market and updates every second to find arbitrage opportunities across so many different sportsbooks. And when I say so many different sportsbooks, I mean it. As you guys can see here, just about any sportsbook you can think of is on the arbitrage tool, and it will find arbitrage bets and cross it with another sportsbook when those opportunities are available. So as long as you have access to a few of these, you are able to do this. Now I'll teach you guys how to read this tool and show off the features that make it easy to get these arbitrage bets in. But if you guys do want access to OddsJam, I'll leave a link down in the description below. If you use my code Dustin35, you will get a 7-day free trial. And when that free trial is up, if you want to continue your subscription, you will get 35% off your very first month. Now, because we have to move super fast when getting in arbitrage plays to make sure we get them in before the odds move, it's important that OddsJam portrays this in a super easy to read fashion, which they do. It doesn't get more simple or straightforward than this. All the way to the left is the arbitrage percentage. What percent arbitrage play is this? You'll see it there. The event you'll be betting, in this case a WNBA game, the market, the books you are betting it on, and of course the actual bet. Here, the bet size that is recommended for each side of this arbitrage play, and then of course all the way to the right, the profit you would be expecting to win when you lock in this arbitrage bet. So it's as easy as this. We are betting Tina Charles over 17.5 player points at plus 131 odds on Novig for $160. And then we're going to take the under of Tina Charles 17.5 player points at minus 115 on DraftKings for $200. And no matter what happens, whether she goes over or under, we're going to profit about $10 to $13 in risk-free profit. Now, if you guys were having to manually enter in these arbitrage plays by going to these two different sports books, finding the sport, entering in which game it is, then finding the player and the player prop, you are probably going to miss out on a bunch of opportunities, although you could still get some in, don't get me wrong. However, OddsJam makes it super easy with this one-click bet feature, where most games, you're able to actually load up the entire bet into your bet slip, or even if it can't get you the exact bet into the bet slip, it might be able to take you to the direct game or matchup. That way, it's a little bit faster for you to find that prop or bet. For instance, this very top play, if we wanted to go ahead and get the Zach Wheeler side for DraftKings in, all we would do is click this one-click bet button, and it's going to load up Zach Wheeler into our DraftKings account, where all we have to do is put in the amount we want to play it for. Now you'll see here that Novig is actually grayed out, and we cannot bet this with a one-click betting feature, which stinks because they actually don't have a website. However, we can do it on the OddsJam app. If you guys didn't know, OddsJam does have a mobile app, and since Novig has a phone application, we're able to one-click bet it when we're using OddsJam on a mobile device. All right, as you can see, I've brought up the OddsJam app on my phone, and I have the arbitrage tool loaded up and ready to go. And now this isn't a huge arbitrage opportunity. I am using it just to show you guys an example of what you can do with these one-click betting options here on the OddsJam arbitrage tool. So we want to take Clark Schmidt over 16.5 player pitching outs on Hard Rock for $150 at -110 odds. And then we want to take on Novig, the under of 16.5 Clark Schmidt pitching outs at $135 plus 113 odds. So we're going to go ahead and click this bet button on Hard Rock. It's going to load it up. We see that it is -110 that we need, and it wants us to bet 150. We can only get down 110. Oh, good thing. We can go ahead over here to the OddsJam app, type in 110, which is going to be our limit on this bet on that side. And now it's telling us to bet $99 on the Novig side, and we are going to get it at plus 113 odds. So all we're going to do is click this bet button, and we see that there are still $99 of liquidity available at plus 113 odds. So we're ready to go ahead and place both of these bets and lock in some risk-free profits. So we'll go ahead and lock this in. Plus 113, $99 on Novig, and then we'll go over here to Hard Rock, $110 on over 16.5 pitching outs, -110, and boom, it was that easy to lock in an arbitrage bet using your mobile device. Like I've already mentioned, that was just an example. That wasn't an arbitrage bet where I made $50 in risk-free profit like you can see sometimes. No, this was to simply get my point across, which it did. That was super easy to do. And the math checks out. Using this arbitrage calculator, I'll break it down for you. So we placed $110 at -110 and then $99 at plus 113. Our total bet was $209, which means we are going to make around $1 in risk-free profit. No matter what happens, whether the over hits or the under hits, we come out a winner. I mean, just look at the far right. There are a ton of arbitrage bets. We are making so much more money in risk-free profits than I just did. You want to be focused on getting these in. If you're able to find just 10 arbitrage bets every single night where you are locking in $10 in risk-free profit for each one of them, that's $100 in risk-free profit every night. Times that over 30 days in a month, you could be making $3 grand as a side hustle sports betting every month. That is a really doable goal, and these tools will help you achieve it. So whether you have 10 sportsbooks available to you or you only have 3 or 4 sportsbooks that you can sign up for, make sure you guys sign up for every sportsbook that is available to you in your state. That way you are able to find all of the different arbitrage opportunities across those books. And of course, make sure you guys exhaust the new user promos that you get for signing up for these new sportsbooks. If DraftKings is going to give you $200 in bonus bets for placing a $5 wager, make sure you turn those bonus bets into real money. You guys can actually use the promo converter tool on OddsJam to help you start building your bankroll before you even start placing these arbitrage bets by converting those promos into real dollars. Now, a real pro tip I will leave you on is the faster you are able to get into live arbitrage betting, where you are actually betting arbitrage bets during the games while they are going on instead of pre-match or before the games start, you are going to make a ton of more money doing that, and it's just overall a way better strategy for making your accounts last over the long term with limits and such. Now, if you do want to learn more about live arbitrage betting, you're in luck, because I just did a full tutorial walking you through everything you need to know about it right here in this video if you want to check it out. But that is going to be the end of this here video. If you guys have not yet hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to like the video if you guys enjoyed this content or learned anything.